podcast review.
Podcast review. Okay.
No, our podcast is complete and utter shit. Welcome to the first
Patreon material. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first ever Dudebros Podcast. I'm your host, Anton, and this is my co-host, Elias. So, we're going to have a great podcast today. This is our first podcast ever. And, yeah, we're both from Finland, so we don't even speak English as a native tongue, which is
a body part.
Yeah. So, and this is our first time doing anything like this, so I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
How are you? How are you doing?
I have previously filmed myself, yeah, but not in a sexual way.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the point, but you're interrupting my speech.
Okay, go on.
Okay, yeah. I've been in front of the camera, or any camera at all, and I wasn't too convincing, so let's go.
So you're gonna have a great time with us, and we'll have a great time too, don't worry. So this is the pilot episode, so I thought it would be fitting for us to introduce ourselves, and I've put a bunch of zeros in my notes for some reason. Wait, okay. Because this is our first podcast, I thought it would be fitting for us to introduce ourselves, and this this podcast should be about us kind of like just explaining stuff, who we are, and how the fuck did this thing happen, and yeah. But there's a couple topics I want to talk briefly before that, just because, you know, I just want to talk about them. And
they are relevant, unlike us.
Yeah, thank you. We're going to go quickly over the Super Bowl and 21 Savage, which both actually happened like a week ago. So these are kind of old news because they were more relevant last week. But the reason we're doing them now is because we were supposed to have this first podcast last Wednesday, but I don't know what happened. You were sick, I think, so you didn't show up.
Yeah, I was sick of this.
No, I mean, like, you were ill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because you didn't answer my texts either, so I don't know. Yeah, I was like, hey.
I think I did answer your text.
No, you did not. You didn't even look at them, and once you looked at them, you didn't answer them. So, yeah, because I was at the school, like, yeah, we're gonna have our first podcast today, and I'm sending you these like messages. I'm like, hey, when are you coming to school? And you didn't even look at them, and I'm like, and I just went home and I was like, are you fucking serious? So yeah.
Yeah, but we actually weren't ready last week, so it was kind of okay. Not okay to not answer the text, but
yeah,
we wouldn't have had the mics.
Also, fuck you.
This was a good introduction to us as people.
Yeah, this is what our life is like. But I mean, these topics were more relevant last week, but I don't care because, okay. If you're not watching this on YouTube and you're listening to this on SoundCloud, Elias is just doing some random ass shit right now, so he's distracting me. Yeah, so yeah, these topics were more relevant last week, but I don't care. I want to talk about this anyway, so we're going to talk about them anyway. So the Super Bowl, we actually went to watch it, not in Atlanta, but we went to a bar and watched it, and yeah, we had a great time. I did. Did you?
Yeah, it was the first time since, I don't know, last year maybe, when I did almost an all-nighter. Like I was at home.
We got out of the bar at like 5, but we had to go to like...
No, it was 5:30 already.
Yeah, but we had to go to like 3 different trains because we went home by train.
It was a joke, actually.
Yeah, we had to go to 3 different trains because we went to the first one and the announcer was like, well, we can't use this one, so move to the one. Move to the one behind us, and we were like, well, how are we gonna get through this train if we go to the one behind it? So we went to the one behind it. We were like, I guess they got it figured out, and we were sitting there, and the announcer goes, well, we have an obstacle in our way, so we have to move train again. So, and we were like, well, yeah, obviously you dipshit, and yeah, so then we had to move to another train. And then we finally got home, and I was home at like 6. So yeah.
No, we were at the train like 5:56 or something. Yeah, not half past, quarter past 6.
5:56 is basically 5:56 is basically 6. Like 6 a.m.
Yeah, 6 a.m. we were still
because
waiting for the train to leave. Like.
Yeah. No, we were on the first train at like 5:56, because we actually made a video about this. It's on our main channel. Go check it out.
Yeah, and I was at home 6:45-ish.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
So, yeah, and because the Super Bowl set was at 1:30 a.m. in Finland, because of that whole time zone thing, what the whole time zone thing is.
Yeah, the Earth is flat.
No, it's okay.
Let's not
get
into
okay. Well, let's talk
topic.
about the time when we went to watch the Super Bowl at the bar. So the way it kind of happened, I was just kind of like, it was the day before, I think. And I was like, I texted you. I'm like, hey, you want to go watch the Super Bowl tomorrow? And you were just kind of like, oh, yeah, okay, let's go. So I booked us a table for 2 at the bar. And then the day off, when we were just about to go there, my other friend goes, hey, are you gonna go watch the Super Bowl? And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm going to a bar with my friend. And he's like, hey, well, can I come with you? So now we got this third guy, and we only got a table for 2 people. So we go to the bar, and we talk to this lady there, this like older lady. Her age didn't matter. I don't know why I mentioned that. But yeah, we went to talk to this lady there. And we were like, yeah, our friend just kind of came with us at like the last minute, so we didn't reserve a table for 3. So is it okay if we like take a chair from somewhere else and he can sit with us? And she's like, well, no, I mean, the whole bar is full. So we were like, okay, well, you can stand next to us. So we went to she took us to the table, and he followed us because, well, I mean, he wasn't gonna go home at that point.
Yeah, he was gonna stand the whole time, like 6 hours.
Yeah, for the entire 6 hours. But then we were just kind of like, hey, you can just take that chair until the person who has that chair comes here, and then we can see what we do about this. And so we did that, and then this like other lady that worked at the bar walked past us, and we were like, hey, could we get a chair somewhere so he could sit with us? So he could sit with us.
That's a true friendship right there.
Yeah. So, and then the lady goes, well, yeah, you can take this one because no one's using this one. No one's sitting here.
Yeah.
And we were like, so are you fucking shitting me that like the other lady was just straight up lying to us? Or I don't know, maybe she didn't know that no one's was gonna sit there. So yeah, so it worked out in the end, and that was good.
Yeah, that's funny how we can speak like 3 minutes about one chair and not a single second about the whole game.
Don't worry.
Okay.
What I remember about the bar though, they had bomb-ass wings, dude.
Yeah, like actually the best wings I've ever had.
Their wings were so good. Like, I want to go to that bar just to eat those wings. Like, they were so good. I can't, like, that was my highlight of the night, not the Super Bowl. That was the wings.
Yeah, the Super Bowl, it was shit.
We're gonna talk about it.
Literally
Actually,
said it was shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about the game.
Yeah.
So
But the
unless
wings though.
the wings though,
Yeah.
them wings though, man.
This isn't
So-
isn't the paid like.
We didn't even tell what the bar was, so
Yeah, but we're gonna. Oh yeah, this
we
is a podcast.
we could send them like an email and say like, hey, you want to sponsor us? And we'll like put like a giant logo of theirs on the screen. Or
Yeah, and we'll tell them that. Yeah, we have like 10 subscribers already.
Yeah.
You wanna give us some free food?
yeah.
We'll give you
This is
exposure.
We'll give for the two people that aren't our parents or us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, unless you've been living under a rock, you probably know that the Patriots won, and which I actually rooted for them, and you did too, right?
Yeah.
Because, well, I'm a Lions fan first of all.
And I'm a Nike fan.
Yeah, he's a Nike fan. Yeah. But you know, they never make the Super Bowl, so I can never root for them in the Super Bowl. But
Have
yeah.
they ever made it?
No. You know what's funny now? SpongeBob has more Super Bowl appearances than the Lions. So, yeah. There's only 4 teams in the entire league that have never made it in the Super Bowl.
Why are you their fan? Like,
Well, because I lived in Michigan.
yeah.
So
okay.
I kind of have to. Not that I want to. Yeah. It's a struggle. But yeah. But I rooted for the Patriots.
Yeah.
And first of all, I would like to say that I like the Rams actually. I like them a lot. I like Jared Goff. He's a young guy. He was struggling a couple of years ago, but he's been able to turn that around in these 2 years, which I admire that. So I like the Rams, and I liked them a lot during like the first couple weeks of the season because they were really fun to watch. So I like the Rams, and last year I rooted for the Eagles in the Super Bowl because you know Eagles had never won it, and
Yeah.
you know Nick Foles was their quarterback.
No, I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean Nick Foles was his like backup quarterback because Carson Wentz got injured in I think it was like the second last week of regular season.
I think I did hear about it.
Yeah, so
But
yeah,
I
Nick
don't- I
Foles
don't-
is this guy kind of like underdog guy who everybody liked. So I was rooting for the Eagles last year, and I mean, Pats had already won 5 Super Bowls in the 2000s at that point, which is a third of the Super Bowls this century. So,
Yeah.
well, not anymore, but yeah. So I was rooting for the Eagles, but this year I was rooting for the Pats, and it's because I couldn't stand the missed call. Did you hear about the missed call against New Orleans in the NFC Championship?
Yeah, I think the.
Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
But
I heard there
so
was.
basically, I don't remember who it was, but the New Orleans wide receiver was running to get the ball, and Drew Brees throws it for him. And I think it was I don't remember who it was, but the Rams player was like miles away from him, like he fucked up the coverage. And so he runs straight at the, sorry. Oh my God. So he runs straight at the New Orleans wide receiver, and he just molds him, just destroys him before he didn't even play the ball. It was the clearest, what's that word? Pass interference call ever. Like a fucking donkey could fucking call that properly, but somehow the NFL referees couldn't. So and if the New Orleans had got that call, they would have won the game because they could have just ran the clock out because there was like 1 minute left in the game. So they would have for sure won. And I picked in my fantasy
Football league?
Yeah, well,
Is
it was NFL's like Super Bowl fantasy lineup thing that they do for the playoffs every year. So I picked pretty much all Saints players because I thought they would win the Super Bowl because honestly, I feel like they could have if they had got that call. But because the referees missed the call, the Rams ended up tying the game up and winning it in overtime, which I just can't. I couldn't stand that, and I just couldn't root for the Rams anymore. So yeah, and also
because your fantasy football league.
Exactly. I was gonna win, but yeah, I just couldn't root for them anymore.
I understand. Yeah,
and I kind of want to see Brady. I wanted to see Brady get his 6th ring, because that's the most any player has ever gotten.
Yeah, that's more than one hand.
Yeah. He can't put them all on his one hand. He needs 2 hands now, as if he didn't have 2 hands. But he has the most Super Bowl wins out of any player as a quarterback, which I think, if you don't think he's the GOAT, if you don't think he's the greatest of all time, you're an idiot, because he is the best. He's clearly the best. He's 41, and he's got 6 Super Bowls, and he's still going. Like he's gonna play next year. He said that. He said he wants to play until he's 45. I don't know if he can. He might get injured.
Yeah, it depends on his condition.
Yeah. So yeah, but he's definitely the GOAT. I don't think there's even a debate about that anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah. As for the game, it was kind of uneventful. Not just kind of. It was really uneventful. I can only remember like a couple plays. The other one was when Jared Goff threw it into the end zone, and I think it was Robert Woods who was catching it, and he caught it.
Yeah. And
there was no one near him. And then I remember who the player was, but
now I remember. Yeah.
But the Patriots player pushes his arm, and
when
the ball
was catching
it in the end zone.
Yeah.
So
with one hand, I think it was one hand.
No, it was like this.
Okay.
And the New England Patriots guy, he pushes this arm, which causes the ball to drop.
Yeah.
Which is, it's completely legal, I think. I don't know a lot about these rules. I haven't watched for that long, but like football. So yeah, but that play was just incredible for on the Patriots guy's part. The
catch was pretty great too.
Yeah.
And the pass itself.
Yeah, everything about that was great.
Yeah.
Like, that was a great play. The other play was when Gronk got I think it was a 29-yard catch that set up the scoring play for the Patriots. The one when he kind of like dove and he got the ball.
Oh yeah. Or the one field goal Patriots missed.
Yeah, or the one that the Rams missed.
Oh, was it Rams?
Yeah. No, they both. Gostkowski missed his first attempt.
Yeah.
And then Zerline missed his last attempt. Okay. And it was like basically the last play of the game.
Yeah, but
I can only remember those plays
from the whole game.
From the whole game, whereas for the last Super Bowl, I could remember a dozen, like Philly Special. Do you know what the Philly Special is? Well, I'm not going to explain it. You go watch it on YouTube. It's pretty sick. And what was funny, actually, I'm not going to explain it because you don't know what it is. So I can remember that, but
the thing which was funny. I can remember that. Yeah.
Just remember that it was funny.
Okay.
Well, okay. I'll explain it now because it wouldn't make sense
for the listeners at home.
For the listeners at home. So, Patriots tried to do the same play earlier in the game.
Okay.
But they screwed it up. And then the Eagles marched to the 1 yard line, and they did the same play and scored. So yeah, it was pretty funny when I watched that. But yeah, a score of 13-3 for a football game is insanely low.
Yeah.
It was the lowest scoring Super Bowl of all time.
Yeah.
Like,
And the second lowest score was something like 26 or something.
yeah.
But all of the others from the top 5 lowest scoring games are from 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Like actually from the 70s.
Yeah, like,
That's mental.
that's mental. Like, I retweeted a tweet about the Rams drives that Super Bowl, and they had 8 punts in a row. I think it was like 8 punts, field goal, interception, missed field goal. So they only had one scoring drive when they scored that field goal. So yeah, but I don't think that a low score means that the game is boring.
Yeah, it
Like, you
could
can-
be. It could be good, but that game wasn't.
Yeah. Like, you can have low scoring games where it's really it's really close the
Yeah.
whole game, and it's exciting and intense. But yeah, they only scored 1 touchdown in this, which for football that's really low.
There's nothing to talk about.
Yeah,
About the game.
Nothing happened. And only things we can talk about is how nothing happened. So I've got some stats for you. I'm gonna hit you with them stats now.
Okay,
so
yeah, let's go.
There was only 1 red zone play the entire game. Do you know what the red zone is?
No.
It's I think it's the area between the 25-yard line and the end zone.
Okay. Yeah.
In the offensive territory, because when teams get there, I think it's like 80% of the time. I don't know what that is.
The cops.
That's the cops. Shit. They found our meth lab.
At the school.
By the way, we're doing this podcast.
Dad podcast.
Yeah, we're doing this dad podcast. I didn't mean to say that. That was an accident. Oh my god. We're doing this podcast at our high school because
Yeah.
I mean, we couldn't find a place to do this anywhere else. So our teachers got this like cool wall of movie posters. So it's just a little thing of
behind the
truth.
scenes. Yeah.
Yeah, just I got a cough all the time. Just a little bit of facts for you from behind the scenes of the Dudebros Podcast. So yeah, but anyway, back to the stats. Only 1 red zone play. They only got either team only got once
Yeah.
into the red zone, and the only play was the play when I think it was Sony Michel ran it into the end zone, and that was the only red zone play. That was the least ever in Super Bowl history. 16 points combined, also least ever in Super Bowl history. Rams punted, like I said before, Rams punted the ball 8 times in a row. Also, that's the most ever. And apparently Hecker's 8th kick was, or not kick, his 8th punt was a 65-yard punt, which apparently is a Super Bowl record.
That too. Nice.
So I guess they did something cool in the Super Bowl. They set a record
Yeah. I
for
don't know.
a punt.
I don't know if that can be called like cool.
Yeah, I read
It is a record though. But
It is a record. I read this like New York Times post or New York Times article about this, and the title was like, "The Super Bowl was so boring that even the punts got exciting." Yeah.
that's a good title.
I also read this like other article from the Kansas City Star, which is funny because Kansas City lost to the Patriots in the AFC Championship. So you could clearly see how salty they were about it in the article, because they were like, the Super Bowl was the worst ever.
We're being interrupted.
We're being
the
interrupted
cops
right
actually
now.
found us.
Yeah, a janitor just walked in. So
What's the time? Oh,
We gotta take a break now.
actually on time.
All right, so we're back. Thank you. Yeah, and I read this article from the Kansas City Star, and you could clearly see how salty they were about the loss. Like, they were saying stuff like, the Super Bowl was so boring, and they were like laying all these stats about how the Chiefs had scored 16 points in one quarter, like 7 times during the season, and they like you could see how mad they were about it, and I thought it was funny.
Did they compare themselves to
Yeah,
only Patriots or the whole game?
The whole game, but
Yeah.
also Patriots a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't remember everything about the article, but it was funny. But I mean, it was a pretty bad game, but I was entertained the most, like pretty much the whole time. I don't know if it was because of the whole
shots or the beer or
yeah, it might have been that, or the wings. The wings, though.
The wings,
The
though.
wings, though. Yeah, but like if it was the whole like experience, because I mean,
it was the experience.
the atmosphere in the bar was pretty good, I'd say, because we're in Finland, so you wouldn't expect people to care about the Super Bowl. But we were at the bar, and there were clearly people who were really into it, like they were cheering and
Yeah, but they were cheering the wrong team. From our perspective.
no, there were some Patriots fans too.
There were, but that was the only like.
No, I don't think. I think it was like half and half, because where we happened to sit, there were a lot of Rams fans.
Yeah,
but
and
I could
and
see
the
that
guys
in the,
next to us, they were football fans, like European football fans.
Were
They were, yeah. There was this young group of guys talking mainly about football, like football players.
Like soccer.
I reckon. Yeah, soccer guys, like players, and it was like,
why are you here?
Why are you here?
Go watch the La Liga.
Yeah, they came.
So when are they gonna have a penalty shot?
Yeah, the table reservation started at 12 a.m. and they came in like
the table reservation started at like 10.
no there I saw the
they had a different one.
yeah, they had a different one. But they came in
I'm
like
gonna steal your water.
nice, okay, they came in like 1:15 or something.
Yeah, they were so late.
That was hilarious.
We actually thought about stealing their table.
Yeah, the whole table.
Because they were late.
They were so late. Yeah. And that is acceptable. If
But
they
yeah.
are over a quarter of an hour late, then it's kind of missed opportunity for them.
Yeah. But what I did like about the game was that it was close pretty much the entire game. Because
Oh really? 13 to 3.
well, at least you didn't know who was gonna. I think it's better than a blowout, because when it's, well, I mean, Atlanta.
Yeah.
What was it, like 21-3 at halftime, but like when it's 41-3 in the fourth quarter, you're just kind of like, I just bet. You're kind of like, well, I already know who won, so it's not that fun to watch. But at least in this game, you didn't like, up until like the last couple minutes, you didn't know who was gonna win.
Yeah.
Like I like that about it.
Everybody at the bar were at the edge of their seats.
Yeah.
Because the Rams had a chance.
Yeah. Except the soccer fans, who were just kind of like, so where's the goalkeeper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that an offside?
Yeah, and I kind of like the anticipation of waiting for the first touchdown, and the only touchdown, but
and the last touchdown.
And the last touchdown. But I mean, at least there was something good about the game. Like, it wasn't pure trash, the game. It was. I had a good time.
I had a good time,
but I feel like if I was.
the game was still trash.
Oh yeah, that's true. But I mean, if I had watched it home alone, I feel like I wouldn't have had as much of a good time as I did with you guys. Yeah. I mean, it was.
Love you too.
I don't do that kind of stuff. I'm straight.
Okay.
So yeah, I had a good time. I'd say. So the halftime show, Did
I
you
wa-
pay attention to the halftime show?
Yeah, you guys didn't.
Yeah, we did.
But
Well, I've never really cared about the halftime show. I know I understand why other people do,
yeah,
but I never did care about the halftime show.
I've
So-
watched a couple of videos about halftime shows since that, like the
Like
one-
the previous halftime shows.
Yeah, it was the other video was about the top 10 halftime shows
Okay.
ever, and the other one was a voice coach reacting to this year's halftime show,
Yeah.
and the voice coach he just bashed it.
Yeah.
He said he liked Maroon 5, but it was doomed from the beginning. Like they don't belong to SuperBowl, which I kind of agree. I do
Yeah.
like Maroon 5, but
Yeah, there were a bunch
Adam
of
Levine.
a bunch of people shitting on it.
Yeah, Adam Levine was actually didn't seem to care about it or engage with the performance.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
People
didn't
had a lot
perform.
of complaints about it. So
Yeah, and the other thing was Travis Scott's the first song he performed, and I think he only performed.
I think he only performed one.
One
Like I watched it afterwards,
Yeah.
just so we could talk about it, because I didn't watch it. I think I went to the bathroom or.
You were getting the shots.
Oh
I
yeah,
think.
we went to get shots with our friend.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch it. I watched
I
it a
was at
little
the
bit.
I was
well,
at the table looking
yeah.
at the.
But yeah,
halftime show.
I say every year that I'm gonna watch the halftime show, but I just never do, because once the halftime show starts, I just don't care anymore. I'm like, well, I don't want to watch this.
that's like saying, yeah, I'm gonna watch 2 porn videos in a row. Yeah, after the first one, you're just like, no, I
Well, you
don't fucking
can't-
care anymore.
Well, you come like halfway through the first one, you're like, well, I don't.
2
now
minutes
thi-
in.
Now this is disgusting.
Yeah, or you're like, yeah, what is this? Why are the curtains like green or something? The,
Yeah.
the interior of this house or garage or
Garage.
whatever you're into is like, I don't know. Look, but Travis Scott's first bars were like almost fully censored because they contained curse words and profanity and
Oh, yeah.
whatnot. So that was kind
Yeah.
of bad from Travis Scott's part.
Yeah, I've-
because he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
That wasn't
Yeah.
the first.
Actually, I
first
went on the
performance of his.
internet and I looked up the like most common complaints people have had about it, and I mean, talking about Maroon 5, a big problem people had with it was that he took his shirt off, right?
Yeah,
Which, I mean, I think why do you care? I mean, why do you care about this? Like, really? It's
yeah. I don't mind it, but
like I'm not into it, but I don't care. Like I don't care if
Yeah.
It doesn't offend me that he doesn't have a shirt on.
But the point I heard from the video I saw was that he didn't care. He didn't care at all. Like if he took his shirt off or if he didn't. But the point was that the whole performance seemed like it was planned from the beginning that yeah, I'm gonna take my shirt off. He had like 7 coats and 13 t-shirts and a wife beater. but like he knew exactly when he was gonna take the first coat off and the second
Yeah.
coat off and
Yeah.
and the t-shirt and the wife beater, and it was like
Did you
He
plan
didn't-
this? But what I like about it is that, you know, it's the Super Bowl, so
Yeah.
he's surrounded by all these like athletes,
yeah,
and they have these like Greek god bodies,
yeah,
and he's just a guy, or I mean he doesn't look bad. He's fit, but he's not like fucking.
he's not muscular.
like
he's
he's
fit.
not like an NFL player.
No,
And he's like, well, yeah, I'll take my shirt off and show it to everybody, because you know, I'm definitely the hottest guy here.
yeah,
But I
but
mean-
singers are hot stuff,
I mean,
though. Yeah, but I think it was a fan service to the women who
Yeah,
came
but
to see the
then there's a lot
Super
of
Bowl.
there's a lot of women complaining that it was too sexual. Like he sexualized it, which I mean, I don't care about the halftime show, so I guess I don't know. I just don't care.
Yeah.
So I feel like he just wanted to show his new tats.
Yeah, could
'Cause
be.
He did
I'm
have
not
some
too-
pretty good tats.
I'm not too into tattoos.
Well, I'm not either, but I can appreciate the art behind it.
I could from a close-up photo maybe, but it was a halftime show and almost all of the people can't like see clearly the tattoos. They can just see that, hey, he has ink.
Yeah.
Nice.
But they do have this.
Radical.
They do have these like screens above the stadium that show it, so
Yeah.
you'll definitely see it from there. But yeah, I mean, too sexual. I mean, what did you expect? A church choir? Like,
Oh, the church choir.
yeah,
That was
they did.
that
have-
was the that was the worst thing. That was the worst thing from the whole Super Bowl halftime show. It seemed the most misplaced thing in the whole entire show,
Well, I mean,
in my opinion, of course.
one problem people also had was that, you know, they had Maroon 5, right?
Yeah.
This Californian white guy who makes white music. And then they had Travis Scott. Oh my God. I didn't even know what that is. It's gone now. And then they had Travis Scott and Big Boy.
Yeah,
They don't really go together, you know?
Big Boy and Travis Scott,
They do, but
oh.
Maroon 5 and them, they don't really
No.
fit.
and
Like,
Big-
it's not a
Big-
race thing. It's just
Big Boy. Big
it's-
Boy is actually from Atlanta.
Yeah.
So he was local.
Isn't Travis Scott it too?
I don't think so. I think he's just popular right now.
But yeah, like.
Can we
So-
look it up?
I'll look it up. But yeah, it's not a race thing. It's more like you got this person who makes this kind of music, and then you have these two who make rap,
Yeah.
and it just didn't like work.
It looked actually
Travis Scott.
it looked a bit like, have you seen the clip from LeBron James performing with Drake?
No.
Oh no. He, he didn't sing or anything. He was just dancing there on the stage. That was
Oh, LeBron.
LeBron James, yeah.
Well, Travis is from Houston,
Yeah.
Texas.
So he's just popular.
Yeah.
But Maroon 5, they were popular like 5 years ago, 6.
I mean,
5,
yeah,
6
that's
years
also
ago.
one thing that Maroon 5 is. I mean, I'm not saying he's not relevant anymore, but
No,
he's not.
they are not.
I mean,
I like them. I listen to them, but they are not relevant.
but they're relevant, but they aren't like the big thing right now.
Yeah.
Like they were at their peak like 5 years ago, probably, maybe even like I don't.
They have
'Cause
released music
they've been
since
making
then.
they've been making music since like the
Girls
90s.
Like You came last year with Cardi B.
Yeah.
That seemed out of place too. Cardi B. I don't know. The song itself was a bit boring, too repetitive.
Yeah.
But Cardi B just didn't seem to fit in.
Yeah.
She is a rapper.
But, yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah, but let's stay on the halftime show now. But
Yeah.
then people, because there was the whole incident with Janet Jackson. I think it was like 2004, 2005. She accidentally showed her nipple in the halftime show, and I think
He or she.
she.
Okay.
And that was like a huge controversy
Yeah.
back then. And it wasn't last Sunday, but Super Bowl Sunday 2019, Maroon 5 comes out and shows both of these nipples, and he's going like, yeah, look at these bitches, and like no one had anything, like no one had a problem with that, and then people started having problem with that. The fact that people didn't have problems with a problem with that, and it just kind of raised the question: why can a man just go on the stage and show his nipples to everybody like this? Look at these bad boys, but then a woman does that accidentally, and I think it was an accident anyway. and that's like a huge deal. Which I mean, I kind of agree with the complainers. I mean, I'm a guy, so I don't really care. Also, I don't care about the halftime show. In case you didn't realize that. So
in case you didn't hear the first three times I said
yeah.
this.
So yeah, I have nothing against like that.
Like female nipples.
Yeah. Pretty
Okay.
good, actually.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
And for the record, you don't have anything against male nipples or anything in between.
No, I don't discriminate against nipples.
In general.
In general, I think
Yeah.
all nipples are equal. I think that's what.
Except female nipples are a bit more equal.
Yeah. Yeah.
They can at least do something.
Very true.
Yeah.
We're useless. Yeah.
Kind
okay.
of sperm
But-
sacs rolling around.
Oh, that's what men are.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, then also one complaint people had was that the Maroon 5 part of it was way too long.
And the SpongeBob was way too short.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later though.
Okay,
but
okay.
like, the show was 13 minutes. I looked it up, and Maroon 5 was like 10 minutes out of that, and I think Big Boy and Travis Scott had one song each, didn't they?
Half a song, not a full song, but
Yeah.
they performed one song. You could argue, yeah.
Yeah. So it was mostly Maroon 5, and people didn't like that in the first place. So
Yeah.
it was kind of problematic that he was on the stage pretty much the entire time, and it was just him. Which, I mean, he was the main artist, but like he was the main performer, but still, I mean,
And he did a bad job at it.
yeah, made it even
but
worse.
actually, he seemed almost like he fit to the whole performance when he was is it background singer of Big Boy.
Yeah, background singer.
Yeah,
You can say that.
of Big Boy. He seemed like he could be if Big Boy was the main
Secondary
performer.
artist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
secondary artist. And I don't know, you could just cut Travis Scott from that.
Yeah, and then there was about the halftime. There was the halftime show. There was this whole like SpongeBob thing, right? The creator of SpongeBob had passed away recently, so people wanted like a tribute.
I
for
actually
him.
didn't know
You didn't know that?
The
Yeah, people wanted a tribute for him.
background, but yeah, okay.
And they had like a million signature petition to play the Sweet Victory, which is like a scene in SpongeBob.
Yeah.
And they wanted to.
Isn't that Super Bowl halftime show, or is just
No, it's like a scene where they perform it at a football game. I don't think it was specifically Super Bowl.
Okay.
But they wanted to like, they had this huge petition, million signatures. They wanted them to play that at the halftime show at the Super Bowl this year. And, well, I mean, they did put a couple clips from SpongeBob in it. But I would have loved, like, if they had put the entire thing, it would have made the halftime show a lot better, because it wasn't that great.
They had I saw the full clip and of course I saw the halftime show. So they had the intro to Sweet Victory.
Yeah,
But the whole song was cut.
yeah, and
That was like
they
wait a
had
minute.
the intro to it, and it was just about to play, and then Travis Scott comes out of the fucking bush and starts singing the
Flaming bush.
Flaming
There's a
bush.
meteor and
Oh yeah, and he just starts doing the sicko mode.
yeah,
That
which
was-
was almost fully censored.
Yeah, so yeah, halftime show.
If you would have cut Travis Scott, switched Big Boy and Maroon 5, and played the Sweet Victory over what Travis Scott performed,
Yeah,
that would have been almost good.
yeah. Why don't
Like,
they
actually
put,
good.
Why don't they put us in charge of making the halftime show? We would make such great halftime
Yeah,
shows.
but it's easier to be like,
Yeah, it's easier to complain about it than do it.
complain and
Yeah,
afterwards think about what went wrong.
yeah.
Not like actually produce the whole thing.
yeah, it's easier for us to say that, but when you
Yeah.
have to do it, it's a little harder. Just
Yeah.
a little
Yeah,
harder.
It is harder, but they have the experience to do it.
Well, yeah, they should have the skills to do it. Though,
Yeah.
so, I mean, yeah.
But are we going to talk about Atlanta strippers?
We can talk about them, but I have one thing
Okay.
about this. There were some other things about the halftime show that people had problems with. One thing was that the drum line they had was mostly white, even though Atlanta is known for these like mostly black, or I think all black. Are they drum lines, or I'm gonna just call them drum lines? And the game was in Atlanta, and it was the Black History Month, and they had a drum line that was mostly white, so people had a problem with that, which I can totally see that. Which I mean,
I wouldn't say that I understand because
well, yeah, I mean they make the problem bigger than it is because it's just the players in the background, right?
yeah, that too. But the problem starts when they signed Maroon 5 as the main artist, because they are the whole band. Adam Levine is the singer,
Yeah, that's true.
and Maroon 5 are the players,
But
instrument
I mean,
players.
no, I mean the like the people who just it's like a drum line.
Okay, just the music.
No, the drum line is like a line of people who just play the drums. You
Oh.
know, it's not. It's you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that people had a problem with that, which I can see.
No, I understand.
And another problem people had was that you know who Colin Kaepernick is.
Oh yeah.
So people were kind of expecting the performers to like pay tribute or support Kaepernick by like taking a knee or something, or having something in the performance for Colin Kaepernick to support him, but they just didn't. So people were a little disappointed. I'd say people were really disappointed by this halftime show this year.
I don't know who would have done it. Adam Levine.
I mean,
yeah,
for
50,
Adam
50,
Levine,
50, but Travis Scott performed because the NFL donated a sum of money to some charity. I can't remember which one. And Big Boy, he had a monstrous coat. And if he would have kneeled down,
yeah, it would
I
have,
don't know.
it
I don't
would have
know.
looked a little weird.
Yeah, I don't know if he would have like gotten up after the after the kneel. He's
Yeah.
a big guy.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
So that leaves only Adam Levine,
And who's you know.
and he is not known for being black,
There is a rumor
which is
around
the
that
first
he's not
problem
black.
of the performance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
That was a catastrophe, to be honest.
final conclusion. It's just conclusion or final conclusion. The Super Bowl halftime show was shit. It was terrible. Fuck Adam Levine. Terrible singer. I'm just kidding, but you know, it was a bad halftime show.
Yeah, it was a bad performance.
So you want to talk about Atlanta strippers?
Should we take a break now?
Yeah, we'll take a break here.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna talk about this whole like 21 Savage situation, and you haven't heard about this yet, have you?
No, I don't even know who 21 Savage. He's a rapper.
Yeah, he's a rapper. So you know who? Yeah, you know who 21 Savage is. He's a rapper.
Yeah.
And he's known as an Atlanta rapper. He's known to be from Atlanta. You know, Zone 6.
Why wasn't he at the Super Bowl, performing at the Super Bowl? Did he
I mean,
refuse?
I don't know.
Because some artists-
Before I don't know. I don't know about this, but
Okay.
we'll get to that. So yeah, he's known. He's an American rapper, right?
Yeah.
Well, he got arrested by ICE, which is America's immigration police, who they go out and hunt for. They don't go out and hunt for illegal immigrants.
They
but
hunt
they
for
look.
people.
But
It's
yeah,
immigration season.
they arrest illegal immigrants. and immigrants and deport them, right? So they arrested. It wasn't Travis Scott. It was 21 Savage. 21 Savage on Super Bowl Sunday, actually.
What?
But why? I mean, why would ICE arrest 21 Savage? Well, turns out he's actually British. He's English. British.
Is 21 Savage British?
He's British. Yeah, he's from Britain.
Okay.
That's how you pronounce it, you fucking tard. Britain. How do you pronounce it?
I don't like
Britain.
bread and butter.
But yeah, hey, he's British.
Yeah.
So you don't really see that.
You didn't see that when we were
shocked by this. Okay, I have to tell you. So I told him about this plan I had for this podcast. I think it was on Monday.
Yeah, Anton told like basically the script.
The script, the things we were gonna talk about today.
The topics.
The topics. Yeah. And I basically by accident slipped and told him that the whole, like I was like, okay, and next we're gonna talk about 21 Savage. You know, did you hear about the whole thing that 21 Savage is actually British?
Yeah.
And
I actually asked you something. You said that we were gonna talk about something that happened to 21 Savage, and I was like basically who he is or who he is. Fuck me. Who is he? Who is he or who he is?
Yeah.
and then you answered me that he's actually British.
Yeah, he turns out he's British, and then I realized, oh shit, that was the whole shtick in this.
Yeah,
that he doesn't know about this.
And then he said that I should act like
yeah,
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I was like,
I totally forgot that I should act like I'm surprised.
Yeah, I was like, well, shit, I wasn't supposed to tell you that. Well, you can just act like you didn't know it, and I think you were like, well, yeah, I can try, but I'm a bad actor, so. It didn't turn out great, so...
And I forgot to act.
You forgot to act.
Should we try it again?
Yeah, let's try it. No, let's not try it again.
No. Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
100.
We're professional podcasters. What? Why did you do that?
That was from a Pepsi commercial.
Okay. That did not make it any clearer.
He's visibly confused.
I am so fucking confused.
So
right
Cardi B was at acting at a Pepsi commercial, and one article said that, oh, Cardi B stole the whole show at a Pepsi commercial or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, what is this? They have Messi. Why don't they hire Messi? No, I wasn't like that. I was like, what did she do? And she just said, okur. And
okay.
That was apparently a big deal. I have no idea why.
I don't fucking know. Well, let's get back to the topic anyway. 21 Savage, he was actually born in London, UK.
Yeah.
He moved to Atlanta with his mother when he was about 7.
Isn't that more than 10 years ago? Yeah, he is more than 17 years.
What?
How old
He's like
is he
24. What the? No, he's 21. And he's a savage. He's also a maverick.
Forever 21.
Maverick.
Is he forever 21?
He's forever 21. He's also a maverick. He's a huge fan of Logan Paul, and I don't know where I'm going with this. So anyway, he went back to the UK for about a month in 2005. When he was 12 years old, he applied for a H4 visa for the US there, and he went back to the US, and he had this 1-year H4 visa, which expired in 2006. And he's been an illegal immigrant since 2006, which is like 13 years ago.
Half of his life.
Pretty much. and you know, he became a fucking rapper. He said, like, if you're thinking about becoming an illegal immigrant, that's how you do it. You go to Atlanta, you move to Zone 6, and you become a fucking rapper. No one suspects anything. I mean, if you're a black rapper, you're immediately American. There's no way you can be from Britain.
Or Canada.
Canada.
Like
Drakey. Like Draki.
But is he black though?
Well, he's kind of like Canadian black.
Yeah.
So not really.
So that's like Canadian French. That's not
French, but not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like saying French fries and potatoes.
Canadian is like American, but not really.
But nicer.
But nicer. Way nicer.
Way nicer.
Super nice.
They'd give you an arm.
They'd give you an arm if you needed one.
Yeah.
So. That's 21 Savage's advice to you if you want to be an illegal immigrant in the U.S. Just become a rapper. That's the best.
Is that an advice?
I don't know. Well, actually, it turns out they found out that he actually tried to get a visa.
Yeah.
While he was in the U.S. So
he didn't have the money, or what happened?
It's pending still. It's pending. Like
okay, yeah.
He hasn't received it yet. I don't know if he'll get it though. But like ICE knew that he was illegally staying in the U.S. and he knew he was illegally staying in the U.S. He tried to fix it, but then ICE was just kind of like, well, no, fuck it, we'll arrest you.
Now that you're trying to fix it, we will arrest you.
Yeah. So about the arrest, he was in a car with a rapper called Young Nudie. Yeah, that's a real rapper, Young Nudie.
How do you spell the second?
N-U-D-Y.
N-U-D-Y.
Nudie.
Why?
N-U-D-Y. They're running out of rapper names. There's Young, I don't know.
But why are they Young or Lil?
They're little and young.
except for Lil. No, not Lil. Big Boy, of course.
Big Boy. He's big. He is a big boy, though.
Yeah. Or Ice Cube. Is he an illegal immigrant? Straight out of Compton. There's a poster of the movie.
If you're listening this on SoundCloud, that made no sense. There's a Straight Outta Compton poster on the wall right there, and he was looking for that. So yeah. Just a little insight for the behind the scenes of the Dudebros Podcast. I don't know why I said podcast like that.
At least you didn't say podcast.
Podcast. So Nudie, well, he was targeted on unrelated charges.
Yeah.
And I keep saying Travis Scott. They're not the same person. 21 Savage was in a car with Young Nudie, and the car gets pulled over. And the popo's like, yo, dude.
Popo. Straight outta Compton, bro.
Yeah, and the popos go like, yeah, this dude British. And they were like, then they arrest him, and the internet just blows up when they find out about this. I'm gonna show you my favorite meme from this whole ordeal. We're gonna react to it.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. So I'm gonna get it on the screen or something in post-production. So
is the voice relevant? Yeah.
Bitch, be careful when you're dumping your rashes. I'm not a wanker, I'm not a cut out for this action. The UK raised me a permanent visa's what I'm after. What a Rory, just so I can go faster. Immigration tried to catch me, they're just playing catch up. I might pull up in a ghost, that's right. No gas, but I've been smoking on this gas. But I've got no ass. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ends in my bank account. You're right.
In my bank account. Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. I love it.
That's pretty good.
It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
You got any thoughts on that?
The meme.
Well, on the meme or the whole thing.
And the one thing I was thinking about, like a minute ago, but before the meme, I was thinking about how I actually didn't hear about this. I actually didn't know about this whole thing before you told me 2 days ago, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a pretty big thing. It was a pretty,
I can
pretty big
believe.
thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the memes that came out of that were just amazing.
Meme review.
Meme review. So this has been meme review.
Meme review podcast.
I think, yeah, my timer says we've been doing this for about an hour now. So
Close to an hour.
Close to an hour. We were supposed to talk about.
Wait a minute, we've been here 2 hours. Or I've been like 1 and 50 minutes, but
Well, I mean, we had to set the whole thing up.
yeah.
So yeah,
Should we
maybe.
Should we wrap this up?
Yeah, we were supposed to talk about like who we are and why are we doing this podcast, but I think we might have to do that in episode 2 now, because we're running out of time now. And,
Face reveal in episode 2.
face reveal.
And this is a podcast, so they
Well,
can't see
we're-
our faces.
Well, we've been recording the whole thing.
What?
Well, actually,
Are the popos coming?
oh shit, they're gonna arrest us.
Popos.
They're gonna deport us. They're gonna deport us to Estonia. Shit.
We are Finnish rappers right here.
We're Finnish rappers. Yeah.
Podcasters.
In America, you become a rapper. In Finland, you become a podcaster. That's how you do it here.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not even illegal to move from Estonia to here because we're both in the EU. So that makes no sense. Anyway, actually, before
But
we
if you moved before Estonia was part of EU.
well, even then,
Okay.
because I think they gave
Permission.
gave permission to stay in the country for everyone who
Permission.
was from Estonia before
Yeah.
they became an EU country. Anyway, so I think before we quit, I have a weekly top 5 for us that we're gonna discuss and argue about, and
Argue review.
argue review. So this week's top 5 of the week is it's weekly top 5. That's the trademark name. It's not trademarked, but for this week, it's the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. So, have you seen them all?
Should we like look up a list of all of them? I can't remember.
Well, there's 5 of them, so.
Yeah. And
There's
can
one,
you do what
there's
I
1,
asked?
2, 3, 4, and 5.
No, but they aren't numbered.
Yeah, they are.
No, they aren't.
Oh wait, yeah, they aren't.
Salazar's Revenge was
That was the fifth one.
Yeah. I saw that a couple of weeks ago, I think.
Oh, you only saw it then? I went to watch it in the theaters. A lot of people hate Pirates of the Caribbean, but
I
to
have
me,
no
they're.
idea why.
But I like them. I've always I like them. They're entertaining. They might not be like masterpieces, but I like them. They're entertaining movies.
Okay, so let's.
So you're gonna do your top 5, and I'm gonna
But
fucking kill you
they
because
have-
yours isn't the same as mine.
They have 5. I think our top 5 has the same movies because there are 5 Pirates of Caribbean. Put it on English.
No, top 5 in order.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I
let's
know
go.
there are only 5 movies. That's why I did this.
So the first one is The Curse of the Black Pearl. Then came the.
Is this
Dead
your
Man's
list,
Chest.
or?
No, I'm just reading it out for the listeners.
Well, I mean, you should fucking know what the Pirates of the Caribbean movies are.
No, but I can't remember myself
I shouldn't
like
have done
the
that.
order or the names. So third one was At World's End,
Yeah.
and then came On Stranger Tides. Oh, I don't think that's any good.
Well, I mean,
Dead
save
Men
that for
Tell
the
No
list.
Tales. Dead Men Tell No Tales. Yeah.
You know that you listing the name doesn't, if the viewer doesn't know the movies anyway, just listing the names won't help.
But if they knew the movies,
Well, I mean, okay.
couldn't remember the names, like I didn't remember the names.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah. So yeah.
We can just call them
Movie
because
review.
everyone remembers the order. We can just say Pirates of the Caribbean 5, Pirates of the Caribbean 4.
Yeah, but the first three were so similar to me.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Go from 5 and up, and
Yeah.
I'll argue with you.
The fourth one was.
Yeah,
The
that
worst.
was, it was terrible.
It was boring.
Like, yeah, it was so boring.
I can't remember anything about it.
It did not fit with the rest of the series.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it was so different from the other movies. It's just like they only had one. They only had Jack Sparrow from the original
Oh,
trilogy
that's true,
as
that's true.
characters. They only had one character from. I mean, they did have the what was his name, Gibbs.
Oh, the crew of Jack Sparrow.
No, the crew was trapped in the bottle. You remember that? They only had the.
But how did the crew get out of the bottle?
They did it in the 5th movie. It doesn't matter right now. But
No, but the bottle was still the bottle, and the crew was out of the bottle.
no, the crew was in the bottle with the ship.
No.
Yeah, it was.
No. Let's argue about facts.
We can watch a fucking clip about this. They're in the fuck. Where were they then? The crew.
They were.
Yeah, you can't remember. Because they were in the bottle.
They were robbing the bank with Jack Sparrow.
Well, after.
That was
No,
in
that
the-
was a different crew. That wasn't the same crew.
Wasn't that?
No, it was some random crew. It was a different
No,
crew.
it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. I am sure about this. They were
Okay, we'll
trapped-
settle this. We'll
Or
settle
were
this
they?
after the podcast. But I'm sure that they were familiar to me.
Whatever.
Okay, whatever. Fourth one was straight up the worst.
Yeah, it was the worst. It was just, it had almost nothing in common with the other movies. Like, in terms of story. It was just
Yeah.
like a spin-off story.
It was a pin-off.
Spin-off.
Spinach.
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 So I guess we agree with that. Fourth one was the worst one. Hit me with your second one. Or fourth one.
I'd have to say that the problem is I can't remember the first ones too good.
What?
I've seen them like 10 years ago or something.
well.
I haven't rewatched them.
I don't remember the last time I watched them.
Yeah. So the fourth one is either. Oh, this is so bad. I think Dead Man's Chest is pretty good, judging from the name.
Judging from the name.
But I can't remember anything about the movie, which is
It's the one
problematic.
where, it's the one where the
David Locker, David Jones, David
Ja-
Jones,
David
Locker.
Jones, David Jones. He
His
comes
heart.
out of the water and out of the water.
Arr. Meme review.
Meme review. Meme review. No, Pirates of the Caribbean review.
Yeah.
So he comes out of the water or the ocean, and
The
they
lake.
start the lake, the puddle, the.
Not
let's
to
move
be
on.
confused with the bottle.
The bottle.
Yeah.
And they start looking for his heart, which is in a chest, and that's the plot of the movie. And it's the one where they're fighting in a mill. No, it's not a mill. It's like one of
Oh,
those
watermill.
Watermill. Yes,
Yeah.
watermill.
Oh, that was a good scene.
Yeah, I love that scene.
Oh, so fourth one is going to be Dead Men Tell No Tales, so the 5th installment of the series.
Yeah, I mean,
It was okay, but I liked the
It was okay,
first three more.
I feel like the ending wasn't as satisfying as it could have been.
No, but they are making a Pirates of the Caribbean 6.
Are they? I thought that was the last one.
In Wikipedia, it says to be announced. It is reported that Disney is planning to shoot the 5th and the 6th films back to back.
Well, that's fucking stupid.
So
I thought
that's
that was the
coming-
last one, the
So-
5th one.
No, that was a cliffhanger. That was a clear cliffhanger. for me.
But they destroyed the trident, so like no magic happens anymore. Wasn't like that was the plot. I thought the plot was to end the series.
I don't know.
That's fucking
I felt
stupid.
like it's a cliffhanger,
Oh, no.
even though the ending was objectively happy because they.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's go. Third worst or third best is At World's End.
Yeah.
I don't like the whole idea that the Earth is flat.
Oh, that's your problem with the movie. That's the whole problem. No, I like it more than the second one.
The ocean just stopped.
Well, yeah, but it was funny. Well, I don't know. It's a movie. It's a fucking movie. It's not like they're making a statement like, yeah, the Earth is flat. It's just a movie. It's, you know. So the Earth is flat. You have a problem with that, but there's like this huge fucking squid man, and there's this huge fucking squid in the ocean that is controlled by this squid man that has this like fucking submarine 1700 submarine. Like that doesn't matter. But then the Earth is flat, and that's a huge problem.
Oh, they had the squid battle.
Like, because they had the huge battle at the end, and I thought that was pretty great. Because, I mean,
that was.
I thought it was more entertaining than the second one. The second one wasn't as entertaining, I think.
I like David Jones as a character.
But he was in the third one, as well.
But okay, true. Yeah, I think I could put At World's End to second place.
I think it was better than the second one.
Yeah, but they are interchangeable to me
Okay.
because of different things.
Yeah. Okay.
I could change my opinion if I saw the movies again, because I actually can't remember the plot very
Yeah.
well. As you can see, I can remember the whole squid thing.
Yeah, the whole point about this, like, what's it called? This segment called Weekly Top 5 is that the other person has no idea what the top 5 is going to be before the podcast.
Yeah.
Although I did put it in our notes that we share, but I knew you wouldn't read those.
Yeah,
So-
maybe next time.
So next time you will come up with the top 5, and I will list my top 5 on the spot. So yeah, your second one is gonna be the third one now.
Yeah, if you
Yeah, I fucking demand.
if you demand. So let's wrap it up. The first one is
It's the best one. Everybody likes the first one, but then after that, the sequels, everyone just starts kind of hating. Not everyone, but a lot of the.
I don't hate them. I like.
But not us. But there's a lot of people who just can't stand the sequels. Who that like?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people like the first one. I like the first one
It
is
had
good.
the least amount of magic in it.
Yeah, it did. But I feel like, I mean, as a story, it was the best though. I mean,
And I like the action scenes.
Yeah.
They were very new.
it was all around a fun movie. I think. I think it's the best one.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's wrap it up. We have a couple minutes here left. So I thought we would argue and yell at each other, which we kind of did, but we ended up having the same list. So
Or close to. I can't.
what a waste of everyone's time. So yeah, I guess in the second episode we'll do the stuff we were supposed to do in the pilot episode, because the two things that we were supposed to briefly go over, we ended up spending an hour on. So yeah, we'll explain that stuff in the next episode, I guess.
Yeah.
And we'll also laugh at
Production.
We'll also laugh at Moroccan Google reviews, which is a section on our podcast as well.
Yeah. And that should be watched, not only listened to.
Oh yeah. So introduction, you want to do it because I did the introduction. You want to do the outroduction?
Okay. What should I do?
Just say like, this has been the Dudebros Podcast. And
This has been the first ever Dudebros Podcast. And we are happy to say that next week will be the second one?
Next week we have break, so
I'm happy to say that.
yeah. Next week we have
tune in. You should tune in to listen to us more.
next week is our break week in Finland, so we're not gonna do this next week.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks from now,
Sometime in the future.
hopefully.
That was a good introduction.
That was a good introduction. You wanna how do we end these?
Outro.
You wanna like high
Well-
five at the end? Bye. Wait, they can't see that on the if they're listening on the SoundCloud.
Yeah, so we were high-fiving, and then Anton just,
I turned it into a fist bump.
fist, and I didn't make a fist. So that was rock,
This
paper,
was a-
rock,
this has
paper,
been
scissors,
a
rock,
great
paper,
episode
scissors,
of-
and paper wins rock. So I win this week's podcast.
Oh, you won. You won this week. This has been a great podcast today. We haven't seen it.
Should we argue about if this was a good?
No, we don't have time.
I think it would have been a good segment. Weekly segment was this week's podcast, good or not. I think it was complete and utter shit.
Yeah, we rambled for way too long.
Yeah, I can't even remember the plot.